Welcome to a series that combines gameplay skills, GM skills, and rebuilding skills. We're going to be adding 2 expansion teams to the NBA, the team we control and an expansion rival. And of course, there's going to be an expansion draft that determines our roster. A wheel is going to be used to determine which player we control in a game, challenges that player must complete, rewards and upgrades for that player if completed, but if he doesn't complete it, there's going to be penalties and regressions. Some rewards and upgrades include badges, attributes. We could increase their height, their potential. We could reduce their age, increase their durability. But some failures and regressions include the loss of badges and attributes, injuries. They might even become shorter. So this series is going to be unpredictable, crazy, and fun. And the goal of this series is to win an NBA championship with our expansion team. So here we are in a start today save file. Well, it's supposed to be a start today save file. Start today is under maintenance, so I couldn't actually do it, but we're gonna simulate the playoffs. I'm controlling the Lakers because that's Luka's my favorite player. It's a Spurs-Knicks finals, and the Spurs have won the championship. But that's all irrelevant. Now we have to add the expansion teams. The team we are gonna be controlling are the Montreal Huskies, man. Adding another team to Canada, and we're also going to add a Canadian rival on the West Coast. And our rival expansion team is going to be the Vancouver Kodiaks. I'm not gonna lie, I just like the team designs for both of these. They are so clean. And I already did the Seattle Sonics. Link to that will be in the description. Player retirements. Chris Paul calls it a career. On the Grizzlies? Bro, the Spurs just won a championship. Why'd you dip from them? He could have retired with a ring. Wait, Westbrook retired too. At least him and Westbrook are in the Hall of Fame. League meetings. Add 2 new teams to the league is approved. Now, league realignment. It only makes sense Vancouver's in the Northwest, and in the Atlantic, Montreal will be added. This means Thunder moved to the Southwest, which makes more sense. Now it's draft lottery time. We should have like a top 5 or 6 pick in this draft, and we have the 5th overall pick. The Kodiaks have the 6th, as the Hornets win the Cooper Flag sweepstakes, by the way. All right, welcome. We got to hire some staff. Kendrick Price is our governor. Our GM is me, actually. Who should our head coach be? We could go for Mike Stauffer per usual, but that's too OP. Jamal Mosley's available. Ime Udoka's available. We signed a head scout. We signed a team doctor. Ime Udoka is considering our offer. I guess the CPU did it. Ime Udoka rejected us. All right, bro. You know what, Darvin Ham? We're going to offer you a contract. Darvin Ham blocked us. All right, Allen Jameson. You look like the best candidate for this position, and you have signed with us. Allen Jameson is our head coach. All right, the expansion draft is coming. Teams have to protect 9 players, man, so and the people who don't protect are part of the pool we can draft from. Here we are in the draft. The Kodiaks with the 1st overall pick select RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett goes 1st overall. The Raptors didn't protect him, so he moves to the other side of Canada, to Vancouver. But now we're up back-to-back picks. Who's available? Markkanen, Paul George. Hold on, we gotta be strategic about this. We need youth, and we need players on good contracts, man. And don't forget, we do pick back-to-back. Yo, the Sixers didn't protect Paul George. That's disrespectful. Lowry getting paid a lot of money, but we are gonna need a star on this team, so I would not mind picking up Lowry Markkanen. And he's only 28, and he might be fun to play with gameplay-wise. Lowry Markkanen, you're the star of this team, bro. And we have the next pick coming up. And I'm gonna pick Lonzo Ball, defensive point guard. I like that pick as DiVincenzo goes now. So we have a small forward and a point guard. We need a center. Wendell would be solid. He could stretch the floor a little bit too. But you could also only pick 1 player per team. Once that player from that team gets taken, all the other players unprotected from that team are off the board. Paul George is still here, man. I do not want that contract. To be honest, Wendell doesn't have the worst contract. I'm not seeing any other like decent centers. Wendell, welcome to the squad. And we pick back-to-back. Don't forget, we also have a top 5 pick in the draft, so we could get a solid player with that. You know, Brandon Boston, 23-year-old up-and-coming shooting guard, man. I like this pick, and he could be a project player for us. We could make him into a beast as Barnes gets taken and then Buddy Hield gets taken. Paul George is literally still on the board, man. Is Vancouver gonna take him? Let's scroll down a little bit, see if there's some hidden gems. You know, before he's off the board, I'm gonna go ahead and take Corey Kispert. He's a nice shooter and solid contract, 14 mil. Paul George is still here, man, in round 6. Moussa Diabate from Charlotte, 23 years old. He's on a $2 million contract. I like his upside. Paul George finally gets taken in what, round 8, bro? Round 7? Let's go ahead and take a backup point guard, potentially a 6-man on our roster. And I'm looking at Jaden Hardy, man. $5 million contract, cheap, 23 years old, and he could become a bucket getter. We need a pesky defender on that team. This is why I'm going with Haywood Highsmith with my next pick. Bro, Jeremy Grant's still here. I do not like his contract one bit. Let's pick up Maxi Kleber from the Lakers. 1-year deal. He's expiring, and he's a nice veteran to bring off the bench. Solid defender, could stretch the floor. Our options are becoming limited, but Johnny Furphy from the Indiana Pacers. Maybe we could turn him into something. I wish I could see what my roster right now, because I don't know what position I need. Jordan Walsh from the Boston Celtics. He has some upside. And then let's just go with Fontecchio, the best option available. Maybe we could use him as an asset in a trade. We have 2 picks left, and there's only 6 players remaining. You know what, Dean Wade? You are a shooter at the 4 position. We'll take you in our last pick. There are 4 players remaining. Drew Timme, man, I remember watching him in Gonzaga, and he has an NBA opportunity. Finally, he's been actually doing his thing out there. Last pick, Drew Timme. Now it's time for the actual NBA draft. With the Hornets on the clock, they take Cooper Flag out of Duke. I did a Cooper Flag series. Link to that will be in the description. The Jazz take Dylan Harper. They did want to protect Markkanen for some reason. He is now a part of our team. Ace Bailey goes 3rd. I wish he fell to us. VJ Edgecombe doesn't even fall to us. And here we are with the 5th pick. And we have 25 trade offers for this pick. Bro, what? Şengün for our pick? Like, that's not even realistic, bro. Let's take a look at our roster. Our point guard is Lonzo Ball with backup Jaden Hardy. Brandon Boston, the shooting guard. We got a bunch of small forwards, but Kispert's going to usually play the 2. Jordan Walsh can play the 2. And we got Dean Wade and Kleber at the 4. Wendell and Diabate, he could play the 4. Markkanen could also play the 4. Jeremiah Fear is available. Hugo Gonzalez, Nolan Traore. Bro, do we not have a scout? Like, a scout's not even helping us, bro. I guess we don't have a scout. I don't know the comparisons for these dudes. I might go with Kadeen Malawak out of Duke, man. 7'2", board hunting, lob threat, and he could shoot a little bit. Let's go with Kadeen, man. We select Kadeen with this 5th overall pick. Let's see who the Kodiaks select with the 6th overall pick. They trade the pick. Who are they trading for? And Paul George for Tyler Hero? So they just drafted Paul George to use him as a trade asset. I didn't even know Paul George was tradable, bro. Who would want to pick up Paul George? Well, the Kodiaks just picked up Tyler Hero. Paul George is now in the Heat. And the Heat are on the clock. They take Liam McNeely. They also have the 9th pick coming up. But the Wizards are back-to-back here. They take Jeremiah Fears. 8th overall pick, they take Will Riley. The Heat back on the clock for Hugo Gonzalez. What are the Heat doing? The Trailblazers are trading the 12th overall pick for a future 2026 first from the Wizards. The Jazz are trading the 14th overall pick for Miles Bridges and Grant Williams. The Hawks are trading their 15th pick for Tobias Harris and Tim Hardaway. All right, we're on the board for the 37th overall pick. Are there any more solid players, bro? Like, yo, I remember Ian Jackson. We drafted him when we did our Sonics rebuild. All right, we'll take Michael Ruzic out of Spain. I don't know if we'll sign him, but all right, so here's your summary. Flag, Harper, Bailey, Edgecombe, and if we got any of these 4, that would have been nice. We end up with Malawak, 7'2" center who could shoot, has defense, could board, solid speed. I like this pickup, man. And we're going to sign both our rookies. All right, we got 2 team options. We're going to accept Brandon Boston's and might as well accept Timmy's. So here we are in free agency. We should have cap room to sign somebody. You got LeBron at the top, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, all unrestricted, man. Can we sign a superstar? Unfortunately, not enough for LeBron. We do have enough for Kyrie Irving, but he's 33. Do I really want to offer him this much money? Any mid-level guys I could go for? Alex Caruso. Bol is here. You know, if Bol is here, I gotta go for him, bruh. Bol 5 mil. Give you a 3-year deal, Bol. Let's see. Bol agrees to a contract. Welcome to the squad, Bol. Bro, here's day one of actual free agency, not the verbal part. And James Harden's still here. Giddey, who was restricted, is still here. Now he's unrestricted. All right, honestly, our team is set for right now. We have too many roster players anyway. We're gonna have to cut some people. But player progression. Lowry marketing, age 28, goes down 1. Down 1. He did go up overall wise. His intangibles went down 1. Badges, he still has him. Kispert went up. Lonzo went up. Brandon Boston, Hardy, Bol even went up. Look at all these greens, man. And Kleba, he might be done, bro. All right, so we have 17 rostered players. We gotta cut 2 players. LeBron James farewell tour. Last season of LeBron. Bro, the CPU accidentally did the waving for me, bro. I didn't want to cut Walsh and Simone Fontecchio. Hold on, bro. I wanted to cut like Maxi Kleba. Maxi Kleba, I'm releasing you, buddy. Let's check out the free agency pool now. Giddey is still unsigned, bro. Giddey is still unsigned. So we could bring back Fontecchio. Yeah, no, let's sign Fontecchio right back to the team. Didn't mean to cut you, buddy. He was gonna be like one of our scorers off the bench. He's back. All right, so I think our team is set for right now. Jaden Hardy is irritated. Buddy, come on, bro. This roster just happened. We got to do some position changes. I want Kispert's main position to be the 2. His overall does go down 2, but Diabate's main position is going to be power forward. And I think that's it. Well, that just made Diabate uncertain now. What? Now let's set everybody's shot and touch tendency. Lowry Markkanen, you are the best scorer this team has. You have to be taking the most shots out there, 95. Lonzo, you can shoot the ball if you're open, buddy. You can also touch the ball. You're a good playmaker. Wendell's going to be coming off the bench. You're going to have to shoot off that bench, 75, 75. Brandon Boston, bro, you are our X factor. If you progress to what I think you're going to progress to, you could be a problem in this league. Malawak, man, 80 and 80 for you. Fontecchio, you better be shooting off the bench, bro. Question is, do I want Brandon Boston, the starting shooting guard, or Corey Kispert? Let's set our coaching preferences and sliders. Help defense. We should be helping each other out on defense. We really only have one premier defender on this team, and that's Lonzo Ball. Run plays 50, zone. We could switch it up. We could run like an 11-man rotation. I mean, this roster just came together, so we don't know who's going to be playing well together. To be honest, we got to play everyone out there, like a 12-man rotation. Use the bench. You play good, your minutes will be increased. Put that to 100. Offensive focus, everything will be neutral because we don't know what the identity of this team yet. All right, so I think this will be our initial rotation to start the season. Lonzo Ball at point, Brandon Boston at the 2, Lowry at the 3, Bobo at the 4, Kadeem Malawak at the 5. We have a tall lineup, no one shorter than 6'6" in the starting lineup. Wendell, 6-man, Kispert, Hardy, Diabate, Highsmith, Fontecchio, Dean Wade gonna get some minutes. And if you're curious, Lakers re-signed LeBron to a 1-year deal. Kyrie went back to the Mavs. Miles Turner back to the Pacers. Quentin Grimes to the Pistons. So let's put this franchise on the map. We're gonna play our first matchup of the season against the Orlando Magic. Suggs, KCP, Franz, Paolo, Goga, Anthony Black off the bench. They got VJ Edgecombe. That's a tough team right there. Here we are now to spin the wheel of players to determine who we play as in this game right here. Then we're going to spin the wheel of challenges, and then after we play the game, we're going to spin the wheel of either upgrades or downgrades, depending on if we completed the challenge. And the players included on the wheel are only our core players. So let's see who our first player we're going to play as is. Perfect, man. Brandon Boston. And now here we are to spin the wheel of guards challenges, all challenges that pertain to what guards should accomplish. So let's see what the challenge is for this franchise opening game. Oh boy, 30 plus points with Brandon Boston. That's literally one of the tougher ones. There's 15 plus points, 25 plus points, but no, we gotta do 30 plus. Here we go, man. The first ever game for the franchise of the Montreal Huskies. We're playing as Brandon Boston Jr. And if he doesn't get 30 plus points, we have to spin the wheel of downgrades for him. That's tough. Lonzo starting things off. Double screens. Pull up. First bucket of the franchise. No. We do got Lowry Markkanen. Don't forget. And he draws a foul. Wait, this is an NBA Cup game already, bro? Wait, what? Since when is the first game of the season an NBA Cup game? Franz attacking Markkanen. Markkanen holding his own. Suggs to Paulo. With Bull guarding him. Paulo tough. Got it. Double screens for Lonzo again. Open again. This time for mid-range. And Lonzo gets that one to go. Paulo isoing Bull right by him. Blocked by Kadeen Malawak. Brandon Boston attacking the cup on Franz just to get blocked. Yeah, he's like 6'10". And these games are played on the Beyond Hall of Fame sliders. I do enjoy the challenge. As Lowry Markkanen to Bull off the screen. Bull being a ball handler here. Attacks. Brandon Boston open. Got Goga jumping to the cup. We greened it but blocked. Suggs beyond the back on Lonzo. Great defense. He airballed a layup. Brandon Boston now down the court. I see Lonzo. What a pass to Lonzo Ball. He missed. Bull putback missed. Paulo posting up. Lonzo on him, showing double. Back to KCP. I jumped off the mark. Lonzo throw it. This could be a bucket here for Brandon Boston. Ah, the catch took forever. And I'm attacking Suggs. Not going to happen. Cut Lowry. Lowry Markkanen on the cut. We get an assist. Paulo outside over Bull. That's a tough shot, Paulo. Timeout Huskies. Screen for Brandon Boston. Pump fake. KCP doesn't jump. Come here, Markkanen. Good screen. Markkanen. Inside. Franz has the length to guard him, but Lowry draws the foul. Paulo outside again. Bull can't keep up. Brandon Boston. The rebound. Come here, Kadeen. Good screen. I'm attacking again. Brandon Boston inside. Left-handed lay is good. He's on the board. Also, I don't know why his name is Kadeen in this, but I'm going to keep calling him that because that's what it is in the game. Paulo behind the back on Bull. Screen in the mid-range. Suggs. Franz in the corner. Got it. Lowry receives the handoff. Screen for Bull. On ball screen now. As he has nowhere to go. Lowry to me. Quick screen from Bull. Pull up mid-range for Brandon Boston off. Wendell subs in for the first time. Suggs outside. Drains a three. Screen here for Boston to the inside. Got the layup to go. 4 points. As Brandon Boston subs out for the first time. 6 minutes to go in the first. 6 minutes to go in the first half now. It's only a 1 point game. Good steal, Diabate. Brandon Boston attacking KCP with the layup again. 6 points. Paulo off the screen, pulls up. Man, the Magic are hitting. I'm on Franz. He definitely has the height advantage and got the bucket. Brandon Boston, top of the key. Screen from Markkanen as he pops out. Markkanen off the pop. Got it for my second assist. Screen for Boston inside. Bobbles it, goes up. Point number 8. Good pass, Lonzo. Oh no, Franz outside over Lowry. In and out. Brandon Boston pushes it. Back to Kadeen. Kadeen sent me the screen. Suggs is on me, bro. Suggs is not going to let that fly. It's Lonzo to a rolling Markkanen. Good play. We take the lead. Suggs over Lonzo. Great defense. Oh, Bull. You can't let Suggs get his own board. They got a bucket off of it. Brandon Boston inside again. Lonzo with the pass. Hey, and the slam for Brandon Boston. 10 points here. He is our X factor. Anthony Black wants to post up Lowry Markkanen. Fine by me. As Franz keeps pulling it. Misses. Brandon Boston the board. Bull rises up over KCP and gets me my assist. No contest there. A screen ball. Boston to the cup again. This man can't be stopped. 12 points. KCP attacks. Good help. Goga doesn't want the mid-range. Malawak with the block. Boston crosses towards the middle. Spinning. Jumper. Tough, man. Tough. Final possession of the first half. We're down by 1. Franz is going to ISO Bull. 5. Oh my goodness. He shook him with that one and got it to go. 2.9 remaining. Lonzo. Put it up from half court. We're down by 4 at halftime. Paulo again attacking Bull. Hop step inside. There you go, Bull. Here's 7-3. Don't let him score. Suggs to beat the buzzer. In and out. Oh, Lonzo. To Boston. Midi. Ah, man, that catch. KCP spinning on Boston. Slithers by. Yo, KCP got a bag like that. KCP attacking. They called foul. That's 4 on Brandon Boston, bro. And they're going to sub me out due to foul trouble. That's tough. I don't know. Minutes restrictions. Definitely not going to let me score 30. Down 16 early in the 4th. We have 12 points. We're going to have to go absolutely crazy to reach the 30-point mark. Screen inside for Brandon Boston is there. Go up. Hey, good play. 14 points. Let's also win this game, bro. Paulo posting up former teammate Wendell. Going up against his former team. They didn't protect him. You would think he would have some extra motivation in this game. As Black pull a midi, no good. Screen from Brandon Boston. With Suggs on me, it's going to be tough to score. Snatch it back. Lowry popping up wide open. And got it. 4th assist for Brandon Boston. Paulo off the screen. Yo, I'm not going to lie. Paulo has been cooking us. He has 40. Zoe popping out. He's open. Take the lane. There you go. Drop it off to Malawak. He's going to attack Goga and got it. It's looking like we're going to have to spin the wheel of regression for Brandon Boston. Really, our first challenge is to get 30 points. That's crazy. Paulo. Oh my goodness, making Bobo look silly with the pump fakes. He is frying. Screens for Brandon Boston. Pump fake. Got him jumping. One dribble pull up. Good move, Brandon Boston. He got the bounce. 16 points. Oh, Lowry almost got the steal. Paulo over Lowry. No good. Oh, Brandon Boston's running. Good pass. Never mind. Not the best pass. Suggs is jumping, though. Strong take from Boston. Thanks for calling the foul. I don't even know what his free throw is. That is not that bad. Luckily, I timed it, bro. It's definitely going to be my first time using most of these players. 18 points. Paulo isoing. Bull again. Making him look silly, bro. Paulo posting up Malawak. Drop step. Nowhere to go. 3 seconds. Franz blocked. Boston picks it up. Keep going, Bull. Keep going, Bull. Drop off the Bull under the hoop. He missed. Gets his own rebound. Got it. No assist, though. Good defense, Lowry. Who does Franz think he is? Boston. Alley-oop to Malawak. Good pass. The screen. Oh, Lonzo rolling. Lonzo. Assist number 6. Yo, Brandon Boston did stuff the stat sheet. So we lose our franchise opening game. That's expected. We're a new franchise. Got to get our chemistry going. And we are rebuilding. So Paulo and Franz combined for a cool 72 points on us. That's tough. Brandon Boston led the way with 18 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 8 of 16 shooting. Lowry with only 14. Kispert 14, 13. Everybody played like the same amount of minutes just so we could find our identity. Lonzo Ball didn't do much scoring. And now this is where we spin the wheels. The wheel of failure, man. Not something you want to spin. There are some nasty regression upgrades. Some of them are actually pretty nasty. I don't know. If we land on one of those, that would be tough. Let's see what our first regression upgrade is. Okay. Not the worst out there. There's definitely worse on here. -1 badge. So Brandon Boston only has 6 badges. He has 3 silver ones, 3 bronze ones. Looking at these, I might just take away break starter. I took off break starter from Brandon Boston. I feel like all these other badges are useful. Definitely could have been worse, man. Let me know in the comments what you want to see out of this series. Drop some suggestions, some ideas, man. I'm gonna be having fun. Maybe we could make some trades. I mean, we are in the rebuilding process, and in the next episode I think we're gonna play our rivals, the Vancouver Kodiaks. They got Tyler Hero, Isaiah Joe, RJ Barrett, Barnes, Jock Landale, with DiVincenzo off the bench. They traded away their top 6 draft pick for Tyler Hero. I guess that's their cornerstone for this franchise, him and RJ Barrett. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are kind enough to join my memberships, there are some nice benefits you could get, including seeing the next episode a whole day early before everybody else. You get a badge next to your name, man. Subscribe and turn on that bell if you're new here. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed. It helps motivate me make more, and it shows you guys enjoy it. But until next time, click here for the next episode if you're watching in the future.